The Roxon has just sent me some brand new tools that I just got today. We've got pliers for the Roxon Flex Companion, and we've got the Mini Flex Companion. Some of you guys have mentioned this to me, and I could not see it overseas on the AliExpress website because US viewers are blocked from it. This I don't think is released yet. It will be released June 9th, but the pliers you can already order. So we'll jump into that and talk about that today. Now, from a aerial viewpoint, I just want to show you the length of these tools. The Roxon Flex comes in about 4¼ inches long. The Roxon Flex Companion comes in about 3½ inches. And then the Roxon Mini Flex Companion comes in about 8 centimeters, just over 3 inches. So this one right here is a very mini version, which I think will be perfect for a lot of people who might have thought that the Flex Companion was just a bit bulky. Now, to be honest, I'm the most excited about this tool right here. So we'll talk about this first, and then we'll later come back to the pliers on the Roxon Flex Companion. Now, this mini companion is very cool in that it definitely has some updated things. And one of the things I love is locked and unlocked. It seems so simple, but I love that they've put that green and the red right there. It just makes sense so that if you look down, you can say, oh, that's why my tools are not deploying because, yeah, I've got it on the red. Right here, we have a really nice pocket clip for this tool. Over here on this side, we have this toothpick, which actually fits very firmly into the frame right there. It's almost to the point where it's a little tough to get out at times, but I think as you use it, it will become a little bit more malleable and easy to take out. Then there is this set of tweezers. That's pretty cool right there. I guess Roxon has done some stuff with scale tools in their scissors on the KS2 perhaps, but this does seem an upgrade, so I like that as well. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Then on the back, there is the 4mm bit driver, and then I believe this works with all their 4mm, the small bit kits that they have. So that's pretty nice right there, locks into place, and then you can just unlock it right there. Yeah, nice little driver. Really cool to have on such a small tool, still a bit driver. So I'm glad that space isn't wasted. Then on this side, here we go. Need to make sure that it's green. We have these tools, and there is the knife, the small knife. The next one that mine comes with is the package opener, and then the can opener, and then the set of small scissors. And I've talked about these scissors before in my mods, how I really love these scissors. A couple of you have had some negative experiences. So far, my Roxon scissors have all been really, really great, even though I have taken them into my bench vise and drilled into them and done all kinds of crazy stuff. They've actually held up really well. Very, very cool tool. Pretty excited about this one. Now, as far as weight goes, I'm reading 2.8 ounces, or when we go over to grams, 79 grams, so it will be a very light tool. I do not know the price on these. June 9th, we will see the price on the Roxon Mini. I will try to keep you posted either by a post or maybe I will do another video actually, but keep an eye on this. In the next, I want to talk about the pliers that you can now get in your Roxon Flex Companion. Here's the pliers for the Mini, or not the Mini, but the Roxon Flex Companion. They are made out of 3CR13 MOV. According to Roxon. And then they have this pretty slick mechanism where the tab opens and then you can use this spring. And I have to say, I'm a little bit more impressed than I thought I would be with them. I typically really hate the spring right up here at the top. I'm not a fan of that, but in these right here, they do seem very thick and they do seem a lot more well made than a lot of the pop metal versions I have seen where they are trying to imitate Victorinox. These are actually a very nice set of pliers. And I think they will actually do a lot more tasks than people maybe think they will. I'm looking on my measuring tape. They open past a 1/2 inch, almost 3/4 inch wide, or almost 2 centimeters wide at the widest point of the jaw, more like 1.5 centimeters, but that's about the opening size of the pliers right there. They do have very small wire cutters right there, and it's about a 3-inch implement in the frame. Just works like all the rest. Here, let's go ahead, lock this in, and then unlock it. Now, I did realize that I had to probably it seems to work better without this D2 knife. I was hoping to have the D2 knife beside it and then the pliers, but just this right here, this screw seems to rub against the knife when it's an interior tool. So I would probably keep this an exterior tool unless it doesn't bother you that when you open your knife, you do have to move it a little bit and always close your pliers with it. It sort of bunches together. One of the very cool things about this is that the plier is only $15, so it's not that expensive. And I think that's a great price for this little tool. Now, going back to the Roxon Mini Flex Companion, one of the tools you get extra is actually this file screwdriver, and then more like a depth gauge tool. And then you do also get this package where you can hold onto your tool and put it in the implement if for instance, you didn't want to hold the scalpel on the longer Flex Companion or on this one, like one of the small knife blades or something. So that is a pretty nice safety feature for those who worry about getting cut. I know some people might have physical conditions, and so it's a little bit more dire or necessary that they be a little bit more careful. So that's a pretty nice feature that they include this case right here so that you can safely do that. Here on the box, we get a better idea of some of the blade steel used. Here at the bottom, there is 3CR, 2CR, G10 on the outside, and then the knife blade is, I think, very close to what people call the Victorinox type of metal right there. Overall, I feel like Roxon is doing amazing things with their lineup. They keep innovating and innovating and innovating, which is really, really cool. Not only the Companion, the Flex Companion, the Mini Flex Companion, all kinds of things. Now, keep in mind that this not only has the pliers, but now you can get it in green, you can get it in purple. I bought the special 4th of July edition in this. And so they're not only doing what Leatherman does with changing the colors and adding more options, but they are continuing to refine their lineup. Roxon right now, I think, is one of the most promising brands on the market. So keep an eye on Roxon. They're definitely doing some fantastic things. And this Flex Mini Companion is just, I think loads of people will really like it. Great Father's Day present, and probably one of the better tools they have made that a lot of people will really, really love.